Hey guys, Yuki here with a very long-awaited video that I've been trying to make for about a year now, but I didn't have 3 cameras, and to show off 2 cameras you also need a third to record with, and no way in the world am I using my phone. So, what this video is, by the title you should know, I'm going to be comparing DSLRs to camcorders. Tell you which one I personally think is best. So remember, this is my opinions, with some facts that I know from different movie makers that I know and things like that. But remember, my opinion. If you like one better than the other, go for it. Because personally, I prefer camcorders. Now then, my 2 cameras, because I'm recording on my old JVC, I have the Canon T3 and the Sony FDR AX33 4K camera. So I'm not going to be doing a direct comparison between these two because this is obviously a much newer camera rather than this pretty old camera. So first let's talk price point, comparing them. JVC, my beautiful little HD camera, it was like $250 I think. I got it from probably Walmart or something, but then I got my camcorder, my Sony, for $1,000 at Best Buys. So there's a big price range for things. So I'm just going to talk about like kind of, let's say, the professional level of things. Meanwhile, my Canon I actually got from Groupon for like $400 to $500, maybe $450. I really can't remember. I got it so long ago. I think I got this back in like my sophomore year of college. So there's a big price difference. Normally a DSLR is going to be cheaper than the high-end camcorders because they have a lot of difference in features. So first, let's just talk about the DSLR. The DSLR is a very versatile camera. Its form factor is, it's obviously made for, point and shooting, click, click, click. You're taking pictures. It's not really designed for video, even though it does do video. It does do 1080p, 30 frames a second. Meanwhile, higher cameras can do, better and better quality things, 60 frames, things like that. But the biggest draw-in for a DSLR, I'm covering my face a lot, I'm sorry. The biggest draw-in for a DSLR is this. The fact that it has an interchangeable lens. Interchangeable lenses basically means if you want to do a very wide shot, you can. If you want to do a very zoomed in shot, you can. You have a big variety of what you can and can't do with these. Like if you need to do low light, you can get some that have an aperture closer to 1. Meanwhile, if you need to do photography or video of nature, you can get a zoom lens that can go really stinking zoomed in, and since it's all a optical zoom, not digital zoom, you keep a lot of that quality. So let me get this put back. Oh my gosh. However, a drawback to the DSLR is a lot of the time their audio is absolute garbage, which is why whenever you see people using these for professional-ish kind of videos, like some of the bigger YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers use DSLRs these days, you always see that they have a microphone attached. Shotgun microphones are normally used, and you always see them with the windsock on them or a dead cat. And those are going either into the camera through here, a little side stuff, side inputs, or to a external audio source, which means you definitely need a clapperboard or to clap and things like that to be able to sync up audio and video. So that's kind of the key things to this. Also, hopefully my camera's picking that up nicely. Zooming in with a DSLR, it's not meant for video, so it's loud, it's clunky, and normally there's no autofocus while in video. And if I set it to manual focus, that's also very noisy. So if you have a lot of noise going on in the background, or if you put music over your video, then normally that won't pick up. People won't notice all those kinds of things. Or if you do everything as like a voiceover, you know, you're just recording for the video and then you're going to add sound in post, things like that, then that really isn't a problem. Because I've done several videos with my beautiful little DSLR, and that's never really been a problem. It's just when I'm recording certain things, when it's actually pretty quiet, I can hear the, so yeah. Okay, so let's move on to camcorders. Okay, so pros about camcorders is they are designed for recording. You can record a much longer clip with a camcorder than you can with a DSLR. DSLRs are normally cut off at just under 30 minutes because apparently there's some kind of regulation where what's a camcorder versus what's not a camcorder, and that can set different price ranges and like different what it needs to be able to do. So basically, if it can only record just under 30 minutes, then it's not considered a camcorder. So you can actually like get away from certain allowances of regulations and stuff or something like that. I'm not really sure. I've never been able to find those regulations online, but I didn't really search into them very much. So these can record. Camcorders are made to record for longer periods of time. I could set this up and record all day if I had the storage on it. Still has the shoe up top if you want a different microphone, but generally these are much better microphones. I mean, just coming with it is a stereo, and since it's actually a pretty high-end thing, focus on it please. I don't know if it's focused, but it's a 5.1 channel surround sound. I can set it to that. So generally the audio is much better on a camcorder than it is on a DSLR. DSLRs are normally mono, which is why pretty much everybody gets an external microphone for their DSLRs. Downfall though, you get the lens that you get. I have seen some camcorders, and it was a beautiful camcorder that I really wanted to get, where it did have the interchangeable lenses, but it had a really big, like, I want to say it was about $5,000 price tag on it. So to get some of the features of like a hybrid, you're going to pay a lot of money. But at the same time, a lot of things like the zoom and things like that can be a lot better on a camcorder. It'll be a cleaner zoom. I've noticed that in my personal experiences. With the zoom, it's going to be a little bit of a better zoom. Also, the zoom is very quiet, and you have this, a little rocker for zooming in and out, which makes it so that you have a very steady zoom, and you can control how fast the zoom is rather than having to manually do it yourself with a DSLR. So that's one of the bigger differences for that. Also, usually there's a bigger screen, but once again, depending on what camera you have, that could be tiny, that could be huge. So different things like that. Also, as you can see, I can flip this around. I can do all this kind of stuff. Clicking buttons because it's a touchscreen, sorry. Now then, there are versions of this camera where this does move, and you can flip it out to the side, flip it all around and stuff. But generally, most DSLRs are just like this, at least that I've ever interacted with. And anyways, you should be looking through the viewfinder if you're taking pictures. So for pictures, these are really nice. They take pictures a lot faster than a camcorder. Because my camcorder, it has a photo mode, but you hit the picture button and it'll actually take a little while to take the picture. While with this, you can just go click, 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 click. You can even set it up to just take picture after picture. If you really wanted to, you could probably take. I've seen some cameras that you can actually set it up to just take like 100 pictures. It'll just keep on taking pictures. Now that if you are shooting in RAW, which I highly recommend because then you get all of your information and it's much better for post-editing. That takes longer to process because it's taking in a lot more information. So if you do set it up to do like multiple pictures, I've actually seen from experience, it'll go like click, 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 and it'll just stop. It's like, hold on, I need to process all this and then I can take more. So shooting in RAW, you can't really do click, 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 click. But you know, these are great. The video on them is pretty good, but I still prefer camcorders. Battery life. Battery life of a DSLR when you're taking pictures. When you're taking pictures, it'll last a really, really long time, I've noticed. But if you're taking video, I've noticed this lasts about an hour. This camcorder is a higher end camcorder, but it'll last 3-4 hours. So when you're out on a shoot, having a much better battery in a camcorder is more desirable to me. But once again, that's just about battery size, or if you have more batteries, then there you go, you're fine. So really, at the end of the day, they're both very good for doing films and doing your little YouTube videos, or if you're actually making little web series and whatnot. They're both great. If you want to talk professional stuff like TV and stuff, then you're going to be getting into things like RED cameras, like the Red Dragon or the Scarlet, which is, you know, several tens of thousands of dollars. So for just YouTubers in general or any other video website, camcorders are cheaper and they can do a lot of stuff. The lenses is where it's really going to bite you in the butt, because I mean, I still only have the kit lens because zoom lenses, I've seen some for like $200, I've seen some for $800. So lenses are where this can really bite you in the butt. If you're okay with just having a fixed lens, then camcorders are really the way to go for me. If you're going to do long recordings, definitely use a camcorder, because if you use a DSLR, you'll have to go every 30 minutes. You should probably do it every 20 or 25 just to make sure you don't miss anything. And you'll have to hit stop and then hit record again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions for me, just put them in the comments below. But I prefer camcorders. Camcorders are what I like better. They cost more, but they're higher quality to me, and I find them to be more useful because they have better audio. You don't need to buy all the extra accessories. That's what I'm going to say the pros for this is. You get this, you're ready to do videos. With a camcorder, not camcorder, with a DSLR, you probably want to get a better microphone. There's better lenses you can get, which can get really pricey, but at the end of the day, that makes it a much more versatile tool for your video production. Also, you can do really good pictures with it. So it's versatile in two ways, that you can do great video and you can do great pictures. It really just depends on what you want to do with it. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Any questions you guys have, put them in the comments down below. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And that's going to be it. So, my name has been Yuki, and I will see you guys next time.